So this is from the Wall Street Journal, and it's how Trump cajoled Iran and Israel into a ceasefire and forced them to comply. Forced them. That's the headline. It began with a ferocious weekend assault on Iranian nuclear sites by U.S. stealth bombers. What came next was a stunning display of behind-the-scenes diplomacy. A telegraph missile attack on an American military base, and an expletive-laced tirade by President Trump aimed at the leaders of Israel and Iran. The result by Tuesday morning, a ceasefire between Iran and Israel. See, you get all. What's what? Oh.
Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
See, now YouTube's going to demonetize them for using the F word. You guys should have checked with the comedy community first. All it takes to shut down a war is the word fuck. I mean, George Carlin would have had this settled years ago.
I can't believe he said that.
So it remains to be seen how long the truce will hold and whether the U.S. and its allies will be able to use the leverage gained by the American and Israeli strikes to reach a diplomatic deal that prevents Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon in coming years. Yet the rapid move from a surprise airstrike to a ceasefire with major policy pivots announced via social media posts that gave whiplash to friends and foes alike has showcased Trump's unorthodox approach to wielding power. I guess we'll have to see how long the F word holds. I hope they don't force him to pull out the C word, because he will. Of course, that won't have any effect in the United Kingdom because they use the C word over there as a greeting.
That's their aloha.
That's their aloha. It isn't just allies who were bypassed. U.S. officials who would normally play a role during such a crisis were also left out of the loop. Administration officials said a sign of how narrow is the circle of advisor that Trump actually trusts. Almost immediately after the American B-2 strike, Trump called Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and told him it was time to end the war, a senior administration official said. Trump's message, the U.S. had completed its military mission and would cease offensive operation, and Israel needed to do the same. Vice President J.D. Vance has described the events of recent days as a new American foreign policy doctrine focused on clearly defining national interests, aggressively negotiating to achieve them, and the use of overwhelming force if necessary. The force in this case was a fleet of B-2 stealth bombers that struck underground Iranian nuclear sites at Fordow and Natanz, and with a total of 14 30,000-pound massive ordnance penetrator bombs. It achieved what the Israeli military, despite gaining air superiority over Iran more than a week earlier, was unable to do. The underground facilities at Fordow were likely significantly damaged at a Natanz that enriched the plant, and at Natanz, the enrichment plant was hit, according to International Atomic Energy Agency. The sites that we hit in Iran were totally destroyed, and everyone knows it, Trump said. During the conflict, Israeli cities sustained several hits from Iranian ballistic missiles, and Iranian military targets were subjected to widespread bombing. Neither side wanted the war to go on much longer, at least at that intensity, and both were eager for a way out that they could portray as a victory. By then, Israel had hit what it considered the most important Iranian military targets and saw limited upside in a continued air campaign, according to people familiar with Israeli government thinking. Iran, no, they were getting their ass kicked. Israel was getting their ass kicked. And their people were turning on Netanyahu even harder.
They didn't wait for Top Gun, the new one. They'll show that part.
Iran, meanwhile, had been exchanging separate messages with Washington via Arab intermediaries for days. Arab leaders also told Iran it was time to offer concessions to Washington, but Iran's foreign minister responded that Iran would not negotiate under fire and wouldn't abandon its nuclear program, according to Arab officials. So Rod tweets out, Trump, as soon as we made the deal, Israel came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest loads that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. The media says Iran attacked Israel, threatening ceasefire. So Trump says it's Israel's fault, and the media comes out and says it's Iran's fault. So that's funny.
What, Trump, were you happy with their big load? I have a lot of...
So here Grok says, so somebody asked Grok, how many ceasefires has Israel violated? 962.
What, today?
962. And here's our friend Blakely. She's got something to say.
Basically, have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that?
Ooh! It's moments like that where I am reminded that Trump is a New Yorker. The both sides shit he tries to do there. Oh, these are just two countries that have been fighting forever. Nonsense. Israel is the one that attacks literally everyone. They've attacked Iran, they've attacked Lebanon, they've attacked Syria. They attack everyone and then turn around and go, geez, we're such victims. Why does everybody have a problem with us? We're just trying to exist.
They violated, but Israel violated it too. Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on it. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot. Perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that.
He suddenly discovered who Israel is. Because for some reason, he's shocked that the Israeli regime broke the ceasefire. Hi, Trump, Earth, have we met? Israel is known for breaking ceasefires. They literally break every ceasefire that they have ever been a part of. But Trump seems for some reason surprised by this. He's like, I told him not to break it. None of this needed to happen. None of it.
Notice how Trump didn't get upset when Israel broke the Gaza ceasefire or the Lebanon ceasefire. Why do you think he just got upset over this one, Kurt?
Well, because it's always allowed to show is upset about, but you could see it come out of him psychologically speaking. He said Iran, they're both bad. But the anger he had, you could tell, wasn't for Iran. And so could the Washington Post article that said he directed it at Israel, even though he didn't, because it's apparent who he's talking about. And he said, I'm not happy with Israel. And that's the same as saying they don't have a right to exist as a Jewish state, saying you're not happy with them for the load of bombs they dropped. Yeah. So yeah, he's mad at Israel. You can't say that, but you can't read between the lines and see exactly what that is. He just said the F word on, I mean, I don't think it's ever happened, has it?
No.
I mean, yes, about Israel by a president, but not on camera. Truman said it off camera, and you know all the other people that dealt with Israel. Bill Clinton, when they sent Monica Lewinsky after him, he probably said it. We're not on camera. Trump said this on camera. Okay, Israel pissed him off.
Yeah, that was a big so that's how, according to the Wall Street Journal, that's how Trump forced them to comply. Just drop the F-bomb. Come see us live on tour in Toronto, Red Bank, New Jersey, Northampton, Massachusetts, Concord, New Hampshire, Rutherford, New Jersey, New York, Edmonton, Alberta, Calgary, Vancouver. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.